Dear Fraser and dear friends, welcome to the Chinese mission. Once or twice every year we organize such a kind of meeting with our European friends, scholars, and researchers to discuss the latest development in Europe and of China-EU relations. I find these meetings resourceful and inspiring. We keep each other informed of what we think and what we expect. It is very helpful, and it is helpful for both sides to establish a balanced and a comprehensive view of the issue on the ground, which will in the end work to improve the quality of our policy formulation on our part and on yours, academic research. I'm glad we resume our discussion today. And I thank Fraser and the EAC for co-organizing this session. Thanks, Fraser, also for your background notes. And my colleagues and I read it very carefully. It's very thoughtful. I felt obliged, but also very happy to respond with some of my observations on the most pending issues regarding China-EU relations, which you helped send out yesterday. I think most of you have already had a copy at the moment. Now, may I very briefly recap the main points. First, why is China-EU relationship important under current circumstances? I believe our mutually beneficial cooperation and a strongly complementary economy will underscore and facilitate our effort to tide over current difficulties and reach the targets of economic and social development. In this sense, each side has an exceptional role to play. We are therefore irreplaceable partners. Second, what does China-EU cooperation means to the rest of the world? In my view, China-EU cooperation lays a solid ground for promoting world peace and common development, which is of particular significance at this moment, following all the political and economic disorders that have erupted around the world earlier this year. In the international arena, we are indispensable players. Third, how will China help Europe? This is also a question nowadays in Europe. We have been making good effort, and we will continue to do so. We support EU's effort towards economic recovery and further integration, and we are confident about Europe's future. We believe stronger cross-border cooperation between us, including more vibrant trade and investment, will serve EU's interests in the long run as well as ours. Fourth, how should Europe view China? We wish there will be less political tagging or biased views, which were the result of both historical legacy and inadequate supply of objective and comprehensive information. We believe more people-to-people exchange will improve our mutual understanding. Over time, Europe will see China more and more clearly as an open, democratic, and cooperative entity. Fifth, how should China and Europe handle the difficulties and differences? It is gratifying to see that on recent public events, people exchange views candidly, debated on issues openly, and proposed actively many constructive resolutions. To have differences and disputes is natural for close partners. To overcome them, we need to set eyes on the long-term and overall interest, adopt a dynamic approach, and work out solutions in the spirit of cooperation. So, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, I hope these points will make some contribution to our discussions today. And I look forward to a robust and fruitful exchange between my colleagues and our guests from the European academia. We on the mission side are looking for contending arguments, fresh ideas, and divergent views. We know that candid, thorough debate renders greater value and is what happens between genuine friends. In fact, China-EU relationship is a very hot topic nowadays. There have been quite a few seminars recently. The most prominent might be the first China-EU forum at the end of last month. Last week, all Chinese ambassadors to European countries gathered for a brainstorming on China-EU relations. The overarching conclusion is that this relationship is being elevated on the basis of steady growth and is making progress against the backdrop of profound changes. I think this assessment is to some extent echoed by the EU leadership, such as President Van Rompuy's message to the China-EU Forum, where he says that China-EU relationship is a not matter of strategic choice, but of strategic necessity. From my fellow ambassadors, there were many initiatives and proposals. I hope there will be more today. Finally, I'd like to reiterate my gratitude to our guests for your constant involvement and support to me and to the mission over the past 3 years. I wish our rapport will go on and the mission will always try our best to offer you assistance. Thank you.